Welcome to a special event with yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, being reborn as yours truly, Adrian Hanna, Dragon Androgynous, pansexual founder of the Dancing Goddess, and the Dragon Empire, which are one empire under the sun, under the moon, and the stars on earth, for world peace, international justice, global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. Have a special late lunch with a little coffee, some snacks, some toast. We're gonna do some reading, some workout. It's gonna be a Trinity integration, mind, body, and spirit. And speaking of spirit, I do wanna begin with a meditation about being grateful and how it relates to. But first, of course, I'm gonna say I'm not fucking perfect. I got fucking issues, fucking flaws. I dealt with a fucking lot. That stated, I could say that I'm grateful for this coffee, which I purchased half price, more than half price actually. I think it was 61% reduced or something like that, making the calculation more than 50%, more than half price, from 15.99 to 6.99. So let's say round it up by 1 cent, 16 to $7. That's a $9 differential. So $9 reduction. That's one is almost 2/3, right? 16 is not, yeah, almost more than 50%, about 61% or so reduced. So I got coffee, and of course, it's the motto of the dancing goddess who dances with her brother sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest first to maintain, build, or upgrade civilization, and that our leaders of the free world need go kiss their hands, wash their feet, and give them a good hug and a good massage for. Yours truly, either not a dragon, realized how fucking useless I can fucking be during this COVID if food supplies run short, and how precarious and interconnected and interdependent for us to do what we do and to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. We need to cooperate and work together. Although I have many experiences in past lives as a farmer by the Nile, by the Danube, by the Euphrates in this life, I do have some. I'm gonna admit I have some years that I've on the program of urban farming. So in theory, from what I learned there, in theory, which I put into practice, I could test the soil, check the soil, and plant some potatoes, some carrots, some tomatoes, some beans. So in theory, I did have some practice a few years urban farming and have eaten from the fruits which have toiled from the soil myself. Do the program in the Montreal Hawk Island, so have some experience. Do have some experience. Many millennials do not have the farming experience, of course. And this cup of coffee, of course, the black coffee bean comes from a red berry and is harvested somewhere in Latin America, perhaps down there, down south, or perhaps somewhere in Africa, Ivory Coast, Uganda, or in Asia, Vietnam. And is made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun, which makes all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that are harvested by our brothers and sisters, farmers, the fruits. And that is the motto, of course, the philosophical, spiritual motto of the dancing goddess empire, which is one empire with the dragon empire and the dancing goddess empire, one empire under the sun, under the moon, under the stars, for world peace mission of world peace, international justice, and global secured freedom of yours truly, which is the fountain thereof. I'm just gonna do a little bit of to do some. I put a timer for midnight, so I'm gonna do some art. I'm writing on a project. I'm still fighting a cold. Still got the sore throat, feeling so. Still coughed a lot more than yesterday actually. So it has been getting worse. Although yesterday went on march, a marching dance, rant, philosophizing across the city Hawk Islands. And so rather than stay in bed, I deal how I deal best with a physical, psychological, emotional, financial elements is by doing, by working out, by training, and by exercise, which of course have been since I've started my fitness journey a few years ago, and I lost more than 77 pounds. Still, maybe not more to go, but some to convert, turn, transform into lean, natural, raw muscle mass with these trainings and exercise and workouts, which we'll be doing in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead until times allow. The special general war integrated total body training systems in Hawk Island, Montreal, whether by the river with the rocks, or on the mountain with the rocks, or with the tree logs, or man-made cement in the urban jungle, or in nature, which on this metropolis island of more than 2.2 million people. I'm glad, content that still we have a good amount of flora, just for the trees, the fauna, and the flora, and also animals. So can it's the mission, general mission of the Dancing Goddess Army, of which I'm calling the creation and support thereof of all willingly loving, especially the NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB, who since 1984 are, I'm gonna say patriarchal, since patriarchal sports leagues have been making in millions of dollars. The owners and of course the athletes have been rewarded by our societies to make millions of dollars annually in contracts, averaging, of course, in the NHL, I think it's 6.6. Actually, just gonna check now. Let's do a little bit of mind training, and we're gonna see the average salaries. And of course, the average salaries are in the millions. I'm asking, calling the NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, and MLB to mass finance, especially the youth, to work out, to train, to exercise. I have been calling for the mass financing thereof and encouragement and socially rewarding physical activity. To work out, train, exercise, half an hour, 15 minutes can do some good, an hour, or a little longer, a jog, a run, push-ups, squats, hawks, which of course my general war integrated body training system. There goes there goes the bell, 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 bell. La la la, what a crazy hell. Yep, Mother Nature is dances with the sun. Greatest artist, no. You can break the spell, you can break the spell. You're still independent artist, activist, athlete. Gonna go get the get my little toasts. I'm grateful having this toast. Again, diverge a bit, but want to finish. That's the Rainbow Dragon divergences, digressions, and dick parallels. Yours truly, I want to say the meditation that although I'm living in the worst financial crisis of my adult life, I am grateful. I have coffee, good coffee. I have these breadsticks. I have these toast, and I have crackers to go with the coffee, and some fruit on the side if need be. And I got rice, retrieved food yesterday. Rice ate from it, didn't die, so I smelled it, I tested, I inquired it. So I got some food security, got cans of food to last me until for a few days, maybe a little bit after Halloween. And since I've noticed and I've heard in the news that prices are even more increasing for food, which is essential, of course, I went and spent a few dollars, which I had to get emergency food, to some noodle bags. Still got, paradoxically, still have a few cans of sardines, which of course I had bought 37 at the beginning of my general war integrated whole body training system, which began October 2019, and it was designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which, and of course, I had created as an independent student scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, and civilizations, and world peace advocate in parallel with being an independent security analyst and theorist. And in 2019 October, I said that after taking into consideration the events such as Meng Wanzhou's arrest, chief financial officer of the U.S.-China trade war, consequently the arrest of the two Michaels, of which Meng Wanzhou, the chief financial officer and daughter of founder of the Huawei telecommunications giant, and the two Michaels, Michael Spavor, Michael Kovac, well released. I think tomorrow is going to be 3 weeks since their release. Not admitted, inadmitted, not openly declared a quid pro quo switch, but nonetheless, I've created the workout General War Integrated Total Body Training System and had created it to go to World War III scenarios as an analyst and paradoxically as a world peace advocate. I was saying in my mind that we are on a path to World War III, North America, Western civilization, the world for that matter, and I've created the workout designed to go with the World War III scenario, which in an eerie, paradoxical, providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crises now. On COVID, I have my Trinity, and this has been, is, and will be my Trinity of beliefs concerning the belief on COVID. First and foremost, do not know what caused COVID. Second, believe it was transmitted from snakes to human beings. And third, since do not know for sure, and there's a doubt in my belief, I cannot rule out another possibility, be it XYZ, an accident in the lab, an experiment gone wrong, or a bioweapon. I don't know for sure. I think believe it was snakes, although there's a doubt, so cannot rule out another possibility. That is my Trinity. A fourth dimension to that Trinity is what do know without a doubt 100% is that 93 days or so before COVID, yours truly created, designed, and made the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario. And in what triggers World War III in my scenario is a stock market crash, which causes a global financial, economic, commercial collapse. Due to COVID, of course, the stock market began February 20th, 2020, and ended about April 17th. Marked the beginning, February 20th, 2020, of the worst, baddest, and the evilest, if you will, financial, economic, commercial, commercial crises since World War II. So in more than 70 years, right? It's 2020. Let's say World War II ended 45. So in more than 77 years, we could say, recessions and depressions, economic, worldwide. And paradoxically, another parallel providence is that, of course, I gotta say that I am vaccinated twice, Pfizer, willingly looking to get the third shot in the tattoo, forehead, or the goddess tattoo, which I have right here in this left arm, and had COVID. And the January 2020 until about February 20th was very sickle and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. In many ways, yours truly, Adrian H. Dragonborn, did die during COVID, as in being reborn with every cup of coffee, every food, every marching event, every marching step, push-up, hawk, squat, dance move, every kiss, every rant, every poem that I write, every theory that I discuss, every analysis, any philosophy, and any suffering that I share, or all that I do, being reborn Adrian Hana Dragon, yours truly, and paradoxically, in a providential parallel, as my scenario had not only the destruction and the devastation of the World War III event caused by a global financial collapse, that the stock market crash, the COVID caused the great coronavirus recession, as it's called, the coronavirus recession. they had a solution. My World War III scenario was rebuilding, resetting, and rebirthing local, national, international for a new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom by creating a new transnational social security institution from all existing institutions, private and public security institutions. So, since July 24th, 2020, in the midst of COVID, that's what I had began advocating for and calling the creation of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army, whose motto is nobody is born a dragon, not even yours truly, with surname Dragon through blood, sweat, and tears, and thousands of push-ups, thousands of squats, thousands of hawks, millions of marching steps, with a barefoot in my room office and temple, with the running shoes which my friend oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, or to that trinity of sister, friend, teacher, as a fourth dimension of being my one and only financial sponsor, gifted me one of the best running shoes, and these are the best leggings I ever had. Actually, she gifted me these also. It's kind of like giving clothing, garments, or food, or appliances, or whatever it is, a commercial, financial, economic sponsorship support. These are the best leggings ever had. Black and gold, black and gold, black and gold. And actually, even this green and the black and gold hoodie. It's a jogging, workout, training, physical exercise suit. Also from her, anonymous. And I leave to her if anything happens. If I know it's for the last since Monday night, my symptoms have been, although I'm fighting them, my symptoms have been getting worse. I am twice vaccinated. Could be a variant of COVID. I don't know. Yesterday on my march, I stayed out from public places and I didn't. Oh, I needed shopping. I went only shopping outside, outdoors, in a market where they had apples and bought 7 delicious looking, medium and big size red apples to make a good rainbow dragon apple pie for the Sabbath, which I'm happy and grateful for. I'm gonna get the nourishment, which is also physical and spiritual, by the meditations for me to continue to do the art, to advocate for world peace and workout train, and to offer and to be on open for business as them 24/7, specifically for the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party, which that Trinity, dancing goddess, dragon, and phoenix, am leaving as well to my anonymous friend, who's oftentimes a teacher and the one I love and call sister, who to that Trinity of sister, friend, teacher has a fourth dimension of being my one and only financial sponsor at the moment. But perhaps by midnight tonight, 21st of October, we'll get the first dollar or a commission or to dedicate, or some financial sponsorship to dedicate a workout or to do a dance, to do a specific workout or a rant or poetry or whatever can do, cook, rant, rap, underground rapper, best rapper of 2021, yours truly, rapper name, underground class, war towards CLASSWAR. World's greatest living dancing millennial poet, fundamentally. And of course, again, I'm living my will. If something happens and it gets worse by Friday, Sabbath, could happen. I can die, although I'm fighting it by working out, training, by eating, by stretching, by dancing, by staying physically fit. I'm gonna train a little bit of a mind. Could happen with the variants. I don't know. I was very sick, ill, disease, and it was COVID. I'm pretty sure it was COVID. Mass testing was not available when I had it. It was at the beginning. It was about more than a month before it was declared a pandemic and an international crisis in March by the WHO. So it was new. It was at the end of January, right at the beginning, end of January until about February 20th. It was very sickle and disease. It was like, thought I was gonna die. Many ways I did die, as in being reborn, and founded the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, calling all willingly loving to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof. General mission, vision, and philosophy is world peace, international justice, securing, ensuring global freedom by the Dragon Army, officially titled International Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army. Just like envisioned in my scenario, and I found it July 24th, 2020, as yours truly, becoming, turning that A in my surname into an O, as the motto of the Dragon Army is nobody is born a dragon, you become one, and yours truly took blood, sweat, and tears to turn that A into an O, and to secure and ensure freedom, just like envisioned in my scenario, by the creation of this transnational force by mobilizing 1% of population, adult population of NATO North Atlantic Trade Organization member states, which are 30 countries: Canada, United States, Germany, and 27 other countries are member nations of NATO, calling Israel, the state of Israel, to be the 31st member ASAP, perhaps by midnight, when hopefully I get the first dollar donation to Israel to join as the 31st member of the alliance, based on my Genesis chapter 33 policy, philosophical, social, securing democracy and ensuring and securing freedom policy, short for Genesis 33, based on, of course, the Western civilization, part of the Judeo-Christian civilization, of which we are part of, as yours truly is, although multi-ethnic, of Ashkenaz, many lifetimes, many reincarnations, a world citizen, believe in universal revolutionary centrism as embodied in the theories, thousands of pages which I had written and developed, not just of political theories, but social, financial, and spiritual, and along with poetry, wrote thousands of pages that was struggling in the past years in the city of Montreal with loneliness, depression, suicide, precarious employment, gig work, and frustration, and your addiction, and a lot of difficulties crossed the great desert, but that struggled and made the libraries of the city of Montreal, Hawk Island, my second home, where I've read thousands of books. I've also written thousands of pages, and the compendium of it is in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon philosophy, the Phoenix People's Party's philosophy, and yours truly, Hannah Dragan's Willingly Love, spiritual, philosophical, political, social, universal revolutionary centrism, universal revolutionary centrism is in that Emma believe in global community, international approach, and worldwide union for a new world order, for the greater good. Generally, you can summarize the compendium of the thousands of pages written. And sometimes, of course, as much as we need theory, we also need action, coupled with understanding and love is action, from allies and armies, from that goddess of starlit heaven who sends one kiss to the goddess that dances with a bird, the sun, to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes that our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to make, maintain, or upgrade civilization. And that kiss turns into 93 trillions of kisses, 718 billion 418 156,000 kisses. That's a lot of kisses, so I can make my allies and armies multi-millionaires in kisses, which are credited from me by yours truly, Hannah Dragan. And grateful. Gotta be gratitude for the things that I have. I can make this video. I can put it online. I can share my philosophy, my will, struggle, pain, suffering, all things that we, and not just me and you and many people have, whether we admit certain things or we do not, whether we, I understand sometimes we gotta be careful with language, and we gotta be careful, and we gotta make compromise, collaborate, cooperate. Sometimes words need to be balanced by action and doing. Speaking of doing, let's train the body a little bit before we go on. It's a bottle of water with which I've been training with here, this underground room of some temple, and we're gonna do some see, it's full, so it's about 45 pounds or so. Gonna get the chair, put it on the chair, so it's more practical in terms of Ergonomics, ergonomics, ergonomics. Digressed. I'm gonna have a bite of this. That goes cold. Mm. 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 Oh. Mm. Ah. Mm. 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 Ah. Oh yeah. Mm. Ah. Pardon. I forgot my princely manners in a box. Sometimes we can play and get fun in the mud, but we gotta get back clean, because the germs don't make us cough. Because the microbes and the bacteria, they don't want us to be happy and be free and be free and be free. And the COVID and the germs and the microbes and the germs and the bacteria, we gotta wash, wash, wash and get clean, clean, clean. We can play in the mud till be seen. Play, my children. It's great at a beginning of a song or a chorus or a simple song, even for, I guess, 3 to 7 year olds maybe. Now I'm gonna make some for a little older group. Yo, 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 yo. We can get dirty, but we gotta get back clean, clean, clean. Microbes and the germs gonna cuff us, make it clean, clean, clean. Can be doing love and clips on the Instagram post, licks, licks, licks. If I get sick, sick, sick. Can put it up and put a poster on to get those likes and shit, shit, shit. On flick, flick, flick. A little bit of a chorus, lyrics. I need more coffee. And it reminds me of last night when on the march I was meditating, ranting, and I think the video is in parallel, is running now. think about. So it started at 3 p.m. EST. It's 5:18 p.m. EST. It's running live now, so I think it reminds me of. It brings me joy. It makes me happy. It made me happy yesterday to see young. I don't know. It was in the dark, and it was in the high school, probably high school age. I don't know, 13, 14, 15, they were a group and they were having fun. They were playing tag. And I passed by, I was marching, I passed by and I said, yeah, man, play, 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 my children. Children gotta play. I, in my vision and the vision of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, the Phoenix People's Party, which created during this COVID and becoming Adriana Dragon. So I established the Sabbath, the dancing goddess and the dragon Sabbath. That doesn't mean if it's not a Sabbath you cannot play and have fun, right? But Sabbath begins Friday, tomorrow, at midnight in Hakala, Montreal, midnight. It's 37 hours, 49 minutes, and 42 seconds. Almost 38, almost 38, almost 38. And Adriana Dragon, I want anybody seeing this, I want you to continue in my name, doing it after I'm gone. To work out, to train, to exercise, to love your body. The body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. Purpose. To give another body pleasure. To work, to exercise, to do community work. To play tag, to balance, playing outside in the streets safely and with understanding and with everybody's natures and love urges and desires and energies to be in harmony, in equilibrium, in a balanced way, right? And not to be overly concerned about security, security, security. Yes, it's important, very important, but also liberty. And it's a balancing act. Look, yesterday it gave me teary-eyed. I was so happy, so joyous, and then I was imagining, I am at heart, I guess, you'd say I'm partly semi-utopian, a semi-dreamer. But I'm also a scholar student of Western civilization and world history for that matter, and humanity as, it's the worst of humanity, right? And I've analyzed those low elements and impulses psychologically when you're down, especially financially stressed, or when you're lacking something, or lacking love or attention or something like that, right? Of how low you can be and feel, right? And understanding those feelings and channeling them, aggression and force, right? Force in itself is not evil or bad, just like fire. It's the use, abuse, misuse of it, right? Which channeling by doing, right? And seeing that within ourselves and within the collective, we have our own individual experiences and natures, and of course the youth. I want the youth and the children to live in a better world, a new world order of world peace, international justice, and secured freedom, ensured freedom, where they can dance in the sun. With, of course, the parameters, with laws and regulations and rules, philosophic, scientific, psychological, emotional, right? These new energies are also coming in and have been with new discoveries, releasing in us new energies, right? Take my journey to be open about being bisexual, pansexual, androgynous. 13.3 years. Hid it, repressed it, was depressed because of it, was hiding a shame for spiritual, political, psychological reasons. It's shame and guilt is not, for our bodies. I don't know. Can get dirty but get back clean. Don't stay dirty. It's bacteria, germs, microbes, disease makes us sick, ill. I get clean. Hygiene, hygiene, hygiene. Mind, body, and spirit. Speaking of. So anyways, yesterday, I was just so joyous, so happy to see a bunch of adolescents. I haven't stop to gawk or to intrude or to, you know, who's that person there? I just wanted to be discreet, but it brought me joy to see them running after each other and just playing tag and chasing them each other and with light, some light and some dark, because there were some lights. It was in total darkness. I could see some of them. It brought me joy. It uplifted my mood and continued marching. And there I meditated upon my own personal struggles in parallel with the history, Western civilization, world history, for that matter, history of humanity, with the 20th century, the ideologies, to attain the 7 word, which I've tattooed here, FREDOM, 7 words that still offends many, right? Still offends. And I got emotional. There were some tears and some raw, aggressive rant, a more violent even rant. But it was meditating and perhaps triggered the emotions of what I have been through and what we collectively have been through as Western civilization and the world for that matter, because Western civilization in the 20th century, we fought 2 world wars, right? Had ideologies, extreme authoritarian, totalitarian, right? Which spawned, atrocities, both of which I'm not. I'm not a communist. I'm not a fascist, far left, far. I'm a universal revolutionary centrist. But for the 21st century, based on my theories, democratic fusion, private public partnership, and securing and ensuring freedom. Right? Look at Operation Enduring Freedom. 13.3 years, 2001, 2014. Enduring Freedom. Speaking about Afghanistan, Allied US, some NATO joint armed forces. And then Enduring Freedom ended and Freedom Sentinel began and lasted 6 or 7 more years. Almost 20 years of those 2 operations. Enduring Freedom and Sentinel, by the way, to all servicemen and women who served in those 2 aforementioned operations. Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Freedom Sentinel. I'm offering on the Sauk Island, Montreal. Free massage for 93 minutes, an hour and a half massages, which I've learned techniques, not just from past lives, memories, but during this COVID, by learning online massage therapy, which I wish I could afford a massage. Maybe by midnight will get that first donation or a commission, which could make me get my first massage therapy session. If not, well, listen, my allies and armies, we can have those services traded and exchanged among us. You cook for me, I'll massage you an hour. You clean for me, I'll wash you an hour. You cook for me, I'll massage, vice versa. Massages, which can do. Cooking, which can do. Cleaning can do. Washing can do. You bet, for my allies and armies. And reading and writing, creative art and children's books and rap for my millennials to shake their heads, left and right, left and right. I'm a best rapper, 21, underground, no money for the studio, best your dollar on it, bet your dollar on it. Let my man out, hush him up when dogs bark way too much, yep, roar, yep, that's the split it, that's what's up, sunrise and sunset, yeah, you best, I've been through lots of stress, scar up in the fistfights, in distress, up in the streets, concrete jungle, with no money for no bitch, no fancy up in the shit, bitch and liquor, worth some spliff in it. With some green machine, lean it, yep, twerk up on my face, all you multi-millionaires, yep, for world peace, with the click, on the clip slips, figure out a crypticness, modern nature greatest artist for her rap trees licks, delicious cookie lips, flicks and slicks. rap credentials and rap hobby underground. Paradoxically, I'm one of the best rappers 2021 and will be 2022. Though I ain't got no money for the studio. Hobbies channel the aggression, the violence, the force into constructive channels. In love urge, L-O-V-U-R-G-E, L-O-V-E-U-R-G-E, L-O-V-E-U-R-G-E. How sometimes misunderstood it is within ourselves. How many people are wrestling with being gay, homosexual, lesbian, bisexual, have struggled with it. Sexual liberation, or healing for that matter has not come easy for me without blood, sweat, and tears, and you know, collectively for us, Canada, Canadians, North American civilization, Western civilization, and the world for that matter, which my LGBTQ rainbow nation across nations, across borders, still struggle in so many places, whether psychological, spiritual, religious, political, rights, and it can be financial. A lot of people are not out in the open because finances, right? They want to keep their hundreds of dollars. The NFL players, they want to get put on the bench, not signed, salaries reduced. Right? Want to get their salary reduced. They want to be done like Michael Sam was done, right? Look, in NFL, National Football League, as much as love the game, and I'm calling on the NFL, National Football League, NBA, National Basketball Association, National Hockey League, Major League Baseball to give, especially to the youth, to work out, to train, exercise. Carl Nassib, 3 months ago, came out in the open being gay, my rainbow brother, right? I can imagine him saying, I'm gonna lose money. I'm gonna lose my pay. I'm not gonna be signed. I'm gonna what? I'm gonna be laid off. The financial pressures to be free. And Carl Nassib is, as was myself, an American twice in past lives, 156 years ago, 718 miles that way, not south. Served in the U.S. Army. And to say that Carl Nassib coming out in the open and being the only open gay player, but not the only one, can say that on any given Sunday and tonight, Thursday, players, when offense, which are 11 players, and defense face, but on any given Sunday on the Monday Night Football or Thursday, which happens sometimes like tonight, a few games, that there's one bisexual or gay player on each side on any given play. Out of those 11, I have no doubt, or bi-curious if you will, or has experienced bisexual or desires, love urges, or homoerotic, homosexual, gay desires or urges. I have no doubt. I have no doubt. Sexual liberation aside and struggles aside for freedom, right? And hygiene, I said, as I part of support groups, trans support groups, and have been for years, and trans LGBTQ gay support groups online, social media, Facebook groups, when they have a spiritual thing, I said, I don't know about, I cannot pronounce myself about other spiritualities. I could say myself as that there's a dimension which I don't know, and that when I say general philosophy, spiritual, philosophical principles such as the trees are the hairs on the goddess's body, who dances with her brother sun and gets a kiss from her sister, the starlit heavens. The eye of the goddess is the moon, which was full yesterday, and the eye of the dragon is the sun. Meaning that all the compendium of nature, where all the diversity and multiplicity of forces in it is divine, sacred, and holy. Right? And this, I've lectured on the spirituality of food, seemingly the most removed aspect from spirituality, eating, drinking this coffee. To me, it's a spiritual act. And for example, when somebody would, for XYZ, whatever, religious, spiritual reasons, say, well, I'm being persecuted because of religious purposes, spiritual purposes. I say, I don't know about. What I do know is that my rainbow goddess, and I say Goddess, who can be stormy and thunder and lightning and dark gray black clouds in her as well. Got love for you. I'm not gonna judge you for loving who you love or how you love. On actions, on deeds, just to weigh the good between the bad. I'm trying. I'd love to be punished, right? I'm not perfect, far from it. I heard a lot of people in gestures, in speech, in action. I'm not just saying that I've made sexually inappropriate comments, of which perhaps I've made way too many. Perhaps I deserve that. Perhaps a lot of us deserve a lot of things, right? More or less. And this concept of justice, right? Restorative justice. You can an art for environmental harmony, which could be offensive, right? Which could be offensive to some. Less to others. Part of the Dancing Goddess Army Art Dance Project. Before yours truly, to let my mane out, channel Mother Nature, tiny small fractions of Mother Nature and the Divine Feminine, and dance, and have my sisters willingly loving, those who participate, have my willingly loving sisters to come and give me, for example, a tampon full of blood during their Holy Sacred Divine, so painful and stressful and monthly period, right? I don't know about other religions, other spiritualities. I know myself as a wannabe Thelemite, as a universal spiritual teaching student, and the revelations and the spiritual, mystical experiences which had, and my connection with nature, and with beginning to understand my own being, my own nature. Being a universal spiritual teaching student, because I have more questions than I have answers. But in this spiritual art, it would be willingly loving sisters for them to, in a circle, or both of them, would be very artistic and spiritual and ritualized form to give me their monthly, to offer the tampons, and I would kiss the blood and do a dance. For as painful as it is monthly, right? Tough period. It is the blood of life. don't dare come with the patriarchal bullshit to say that during her period a woman is impure. I'm gonna start dancing. See, no mine baban, no mine baban, for the countless names of the goddess, secret or the most secret, I don't know it. I don't know it. Perhaps best I don't know it, for I'm a piece of dust. And I get thunder and lightning be struck on my head if I utter the secret or most secret names of the goddess, who dances with her brother's son. I don't dare say that. On a monthly period, the woman is pure, is impure and in a ritual impure state. But it is quite the opposite. Perhaps man, woman is so holy and sacred and divine in that painful period, monthly period, that they could only serve to wash, to bathe, to offer services, to wash the feet, wash the hands, wash the body, any service, what's required. And this was done, I've revealed in a past life. I was a servant to the priestesses in the Temple of Solomon. Yes, you heard that correctly. In the Temple of Solomon. Now you can argue, rip your shirt. Rip your shirt if you want. Go ahead. Rip your shirt. It's okay. Do a little bit dance. I get triggered also. I get triggered. I financially stressed. I was suicidal. I'm not today. I'm happy I heard those children, young lads, dance yesterday. Rip your shirt. Put whatever you do, whatever ritual you do, the rituals. I'm gonna dance and offer kisses and massages and washes and love to all my willingly loving allies and armies. Would I have one or two or a child which gives me orders? A child gives me orders. Dragan push-ups, dragon squats, dragon march. You get out of your bed, you depressed POS, god damn it, you worthless. That child, you get out of bed and do will and love sunshines. And there's so many things just in this Hawk Island which I haven't seen and haven't done. I get orders from a child, androgynous child. Right? The irrational world, the subconscious, the emotional, as much as the logical. What did we do? What did we do, right? What did we do? Well, what we did is that we grew fucking beards and we chased away the priestesses from our temples. That's what we did. We put on black robes and declare love sin and the body sinful. And we called our sisters, our aunts, our mothers, our lovers, whores, sluts. Bear the name holy, W-H-O-R-A, for lust and love and desires to love. But what did we do? Right? We chased away priestesses, the divine feminine. If I die tonight, let me be remembered that I admit that I cannot live the sword of freedom by myself. It is a double-edged, and the many of millions, not just during the 20th century, our Western civilization, to attain it. Statue of Liberty. There is not just a light illuminating as the sun now sets and rises somewhere. But also a book, knowledge and learning. So what did we do? We grew beards. The council of bearded fucking fools chased the priestess out of the temple. Finally came with the black robes and the crosses. And they persecuted, they burned at the stake. Hypatia, one of the wisest, most intelligent, understanding woman in the world, a true case. Hypatia. She had knowledge about hygiene and rituals and nature, flora and fauna. It's in the libraries of Alexandria. Right? Just shame and guilt to the body. I admit, with my fucking tiny hands, tiny feet, I'm androgynous, so I got a tiny little androgynous scar. Tiny Trinity. Nickname me Tiny Trinity. Tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny little scar. Androgynous scar. It grows a little bit. Not much. Elosia. Right. And what do? We chased away the priestess. We destroyed the temples of the goddess. We forgot that the goddess we have nukes. Boom, boom, boom. Some sexually frustrated, repressed, bisexual. Oh, it's you gotta stop it. No, ICBMs. But the goddess will dance with her brother's son and will regenerate, birth revigor with her. Either not a dragon, or you or me or not. To understand, no, heavens, this mystery of life of being. But what will, right? Chase the priestess out of the temples. Bearded fools, beard wise. Woman's impure on her 7-day period. Impure as the blood of life. How dare you, you piece of dust. How dare you. Right. And the selfish poison. And I said, well, from nature. Mysteries and the secrets of nature, Mother Nature, the greatest artist. By countless names, civilizations, empires, fallen nations, clashes. timpani, but to their dance of the brother and the sister. Right? Ha! One might argue, yes, but the Virgin Mary. Now, Rabbi, Jesus did 3 things I like, which I wish I could do: turn water into wine, get everybody drunk, for world peace, east, west, north, south, overturn the tables of the moneylenders. I am for minimizing interest on all ALL loans, student loans, mortgage loans, private loans, business loans, setting a minimum as possible. I am for that. Defending the love worker, sex worker, prostitute, Mary Magdalene. All love work, sex work should be legal. Standardized hygiene standard should be legal. And to my allies and armies, if I could bring you some pleasure, some joy in the body, or just ask, request, like, no matter what it is, it might be yes or no, or maybe later, or let's schedule it or not. The body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. But why do we do? We put shame and guilt, struggle for centuries. Like beards, long, long. Right? It's not as long as one hair on the goddess's body. As I'm meditating on the trees, on the mountain headquarters of the dancing goddess in the Dragon Empire, Phoenix people's body, that are, some are 7 times bigger than your truly rainbow dragon. Those beards are not as big, Mr. Whatever. And not as big. Oh, yeah, you cut a lot, so you know a lot. I do not pronounce myself on other mystics or spiritual religious philosophy. I don't know it all. I summarize it in compendium of principles of love and action, workout, train, exercise, sunrise, midday, sunset, midnight, east, west, north, south, in the forest, on the mountain, in civilization, in the skyscrapers, in houses, in wherever, under the stars on earth. Right. Before I digress, the revelation is that Wesley, during the Temple of Solomon, yours truly in the past life was the servant to the priestesses of the goddess, which had regular rituals and chants and dances and art which they did, or on special full moon occasions or festivals in the Temple of Solomon. They were not concubines or wives. No, but that's what it said. Well, a lot of it is in mistranslation. A lot of it is mysterious, esoteric, occult, hidden symbolism. The patriarch of the 12 tribes, Jacob, who struggled all night, and at dawn he said he got injured, he got hit, he got struck. Jacob got injured during the battle, the fight, the struggle. And at dawn, that entity being supernatural creature, whatever. I joke, I say, well, he was this great grandfather of Vlad the Impaler, the Dracula, because he said, let me go, for dawn is breaking, so sunrise, the sun is about to set. So I'm joking, I said it was, now we know who was the great grandfather of Vlad the Impaler, aka Dracula. He was that being entity, supernatural creature who struggled with Jacob, who became Israel. I'm referring to Genesis chapter 32, of course. How come it had to go when dawn, when the sun was rising, and it injured Jacob? And another mystery. Read Genesis chapter 50. Jacob, the patriarch of the Jewish people, mysterious 12 tribes of Israel, embalmed. And what's the mystery? How come it's written that all of Egypt mourned for Jacob? And they embalmed them according to the rites, which took, then there's mention of 40 days there. Quite a mystery. A lot of it is lost in translation, isn't it? How come the mystery that in the Torah, in the Bible, there's many words that are ancient Egyptian? A very mysterious one in Anochi, 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 Anochi. So in that past incarnation, past lives, I was a servant to the priestesses of the goddess in the Temple of Solomon. Goddess by many faces, many names. And during their special monthly period, I had to go ritual purification and recite them, worthy to approach, because considered more holy, more sacred, more divine, and the blood of life was blessed and consecrated and ritualized and disposed in a holy ritual manner. It was so holy, so divine, so sacred. With the pain, with the blood, with the tears, with the stomach aches, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Having been born a woman and a man in so many different lives, past lives, and yours truly androgynous. Let's do some more workout for the body. So my sword of freedom, just double-edged. How I envision it is in one, it's double-edged and one, both are sharp. So both edges to me, black and white. Black and white. The sword and the handle, I want it to be rainbow. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. With a snake on it. And an androgynous male and female embracing and kissing or dancing or hugging. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be raw or love comes in many shades. Black, white, shades of gray, many shades of rainbow, shades of red, shades of green. That's what it is. That's how I envision it. And I admit I cannot lift it. My tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny little androgynous scar. Perhaps, maybe if my friend, my oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister to that Trinity, friend, teacher, sister, has a fourth dimension, my one and only financial sponsor, who I love a lot. Taught me something I didn't know about Albert Einstein. My sister, my friend, my teacher, fourth dimension spiritual teacher, fourth dimension financial sponsor. Let me this. The leggings. Running shoes and best pair of pants and jeans and best pair of a hoodie that I ever had. Anyways, about Albert Einstein, that was very eager, keen, and very observant of being grateful, giving gratitude. And she taught me how he wrote his quote. She taught me his quote that our work is also depends on many work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears of many past in the generations who toiled, who labored. Look, I'm living the worst financial crisis with this COVID, but my rent is paid. It's October 21st till October 31st. Got the electricity bill is not so high. What is it? Let me double check where I put it. It's I think 42, I think. 42.37. I gotta double check. It's below 50 that I know. That I know. I got until November 4th to pay it. If I'm late, there's a percentage annually that's added. But I was never late on paying rent for many, many years. I was never late on paying electricity. I was late and I am late now. I pay half the bill on the phone bill, yes. Budget. But my rent is paid. Wait. Got the window open and just gonna make sure that my rent is paid. Got cans to last me for a few days and weeks. A little bit after Halloween. For tonight, my food is secured. Found rice yesterday. Got good burger. Got food. Got coffee. I'd spent some to get the most affordable, cheapest and least expensive on the market. Noodle bags, bags of noodle. So I think I got anywhere between 61, 77 or even up to 93 about bags, which I'm gonna keep, which is emergency reserve in case the price is going up. And I might see next week that there's no more 25 cents per bag, noodle bag, and it goes to 30 cents. I was able to get 4 for $1, which equates to a quarter each bag, right? It's about 1,400 calories, 10 grams of protein, good protein. So in case of an emergency, one could in theory last for a day. Very ration, right? Preferably 2 to 3 per day with my level of workout and brain activity, reading, writing, meditating. Requires a little bit more calorie consumption than if you're couch chilling or in bed or just at leisure, right? So I'm asking the NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, Major National Basketball Association, MLB, to dance with the Dancing Goddess Army for a mass financing of the cleaning the oceans, rivers, waterways, and lakes. So I'm asking everybody. I want to see the youth have party, have love, dance, be joyous, and scream of joy and pleasure, pleasure. During the Sabbaths, university students, teens, young children, young adults, millennials, and all generations willingly living intergenerationally on the Sabbath. I have established, beginning Friday at midnight. and ending Sunday about 3 p.m. in the afternoon when the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire week begins, which is non-sectarian people's empire, of course. Democratic fusion, universal revolutionary centrism, private-public partnerships, calling on the creation of the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions, International Integrated Dance League. Integrated now will be an all-gender, all ages, all sexual orientation, all financial status inclusive. The Dancing Goddess Army to organize mass dancing events for purpose and for pleasure. Purpose to mass clean the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests, cities, to attain harmony between civilization and nature, and for recreational purposes, for joy. In complementary covenant cooperative with the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army. Treasury Dragon Zero, all ALL orders given by yours truly. Dragon 002, the Dragan Army must be obeyed, nor order will be given but to secure the three essential elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all via this public-private partnership. As for the priestess of the Dancing Goddess Army, Chief General Priestess, yours truly, H-A-N-N-A-H, Hana, General Officer Priestess, get the hands dirty, clean with the armies, and dance with the armies, and massage and kiss with the armies in a cooperative manner. How? By putting my theory, developed, written, which I'm given in a compendium called the Death Refusion Theory, DBT, one word, REFUSION, refusion, theory, 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 Death Refusion Theory, to be put up to practice, which is developed from many years of struggle in the libraries and wrestling with books such as The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith, Das Kapital, Capital, and other books by Milton Friedman and by economists, financial analysts, and commercial, and synthesized this democratic fusion based on fusion, just as in physics we have fission. Fusion is in the sun when atoms come together. So when a fission is splitting the atom is fusion. Debt refusion theory, to take all existing private and public debt. My private is X 10,000. If I'm X1, you're X2, and there's hundreds of thousands, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of X's across the Western world and the world for that matter. And if the X's represent the private debt, such as mine is rounded up to about $10,000 for the RBC Bank, with the RBC Bank, taking all X's, all private debt, and all public debt. If public is represented by the Y, the letter Y, Y1, let's say being Canada, Y2 United States, Y3 Germany, Y4 Israel, whatever, 31 countries, nation states, or alliance, or willingly loving, 42, 61, 77, 93, 156, taking all the private and the public debt, that number, whatever that number is, in trillions of dollars, it's in the trillions, I'm sure, and crediting the creation of the global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange, preferably by biometrics, by working together with all private and public institutions to create this global central bank. The hand, the voice, they are being unique biometric identifiers, science and spirituality and philosophy working complementary in a cooperative covenant way in order to issue a universal unit of exchange and finance, establish the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions, the Dancing Goddess, aka the International Integrated Dance League, with the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army, by the Phoenix People's Party. Yours truly, Hana Dragon. We're now going to read, because I'm calling the NFL, I'm going to work a little bit with this some more. feel it. The average salaries of the NFL. I'm gonna internet it. NFL salary. The average NFL salary I'm asking the cheerleaders' salaries to be tripled. Nothing in the news, only about big. More news about those who get more than 10 million annual salaries, quarterbackers, and the stars of the NFL. But oh, there's something. It's estimated to be an average 2 million. Average 2 million, meaning there's lower 1,000,000, 800,000, 650,000, 500,000, half a million, and then there's 7 million, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 million. NFL average NHL salary. What is the average NHL salary? Oh, now we got some information. The average NHL player's salary is 2,554,000 for the 2021 season. Wow. Average. So there's some that make less than 2.5 million. 2.5 million is a big average in salaries. Some make 1,000,000, other 900,000, 700,000. Some make more than the average. Some make 3 million, 4 million, 7, 10 million. Right? It's high averages. Average NBA salary. Wow. No way. Average. How much does the average NBA player get? The average National Basketball Association salary is 7.7 million. 7.7 million. The average NBA salary is 7.7 million for the season that starts on Tuesday and will run through. So this was for before June 2020. So this was during COVID. The number is up from the average salary of almost 6.4 million for the previous season. So it went up considerably. Considerably. There are some that make 35 million annually. Some that make, of course, less than the average. 2 million, 3 million, a million, 900,000. But the average salary is very high, 7.7 million. So it is higher, the NBA, than both the NFL National Football League and the NHL combined the average by a big margin. The NBA's average salary is, wow, is extremely high. Some make more, some make less. Will they average NBA salary? Average MLB. The average salary for an MLB Major League Baseball player is 4.5 million. Major League Baseball is also higher in average salaries than the National Hockey League NHL and the National Football League, the NFL. It's also higher, the average salaries. This was for 2018 statistics. So there's some that make less than 4.5 million. So that would mean that some make 3 million, 2 million, 1 million. Others make 10 million, 15, 20 million, 30 million annually in salary. Average, and now last one, European Soccer League. Well, there's several leagues, right? So you have the Premier League and you have it's gonna be hard to get a statistic on the European soccer, but let's see the 10 highest paid footballers. But this was from May 2019. Let's read it anyways. It's https www.90minutes.com/post/6360661. The 10 highest paid footballers in Europe. So at the time, 2019, it was Mesut Ozil, who was yearly 16.8 million, not bad. Kylian Mbappe from Paris Saint-Germain, 18 million annually, comes to a month 1.5 million. So Alexis Sanchez, Manchester United, monthly salary 1.99 million, so almost 2 million. Yearly salary 23.88 million, almost 24 million. Number 7, Felipe Coutinho, Barcelona, 2 million monthly salary. Annual yearly salary 24 million. Gareth Bale, Real Madrid, monthly salary 2.2 million. Yearly salary 26.4 million. Monthly salary 2.5 million. Yearly salary 30 million. Neymar, number 4, Paris Saint-Germain, 2.7 million monthly, 32.4 annually. Antoine Griezmann, Atletico Madrid, 2.9 million, 34.8 million annually. Wow. Number 2, Cristiano Ronaldo, Juventus, monthly salary 4.1 million, yearly salary 49.2 million per year. At number 1 came Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, for 7.3 million monthly and annually per year basis, 87.6 million per year. So the averages in the soccer leagues must be also be in the hundreds of thousands, if not the average could reach 1 million to even 3 million, depending on the league. Whether English Premier League, maybe go like that. Let's say English average, English Premier League salary average. During the 2019-2020 football season, Manchester City paid the highest average annual salary. Oh, this is just about Manchester City. Of all teams in the English Premier League, with an average of roughly 8.73 million US dollars. Manchester City. Most champions of the English Premier League is Manchester United. Love their lion on the red, the black lion on the red. Got a tattoo of a lion here too. Love lions, snakes, and hogs. Scorpions, spiders. Founded February 20th, 1992. Pretty good in the average salaries. I'm guessing that the stock market crash, which triggered the global financial collapse, which began February 20th, 2020, did not disturb them commercially, financially, or economically much as it did others, including there's leader in each dragon born being reborn, Adrian on Dragon. I'm grateful that I got this next toast, which will heal and give nutrients to my brain even more, to absorb and to meditate and to write more poetry and art and learn more math, and perhaps by October 31st, if not by November 1st, to after Halloween, which is one of my favorite holidays, to reconnect with my parallel life where science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path, and where computer science, satellites, ICBMs, and cool high-tech gadgets would have been my chosen path. In this one, spirituality, art, psychology, emotional, the sexual, the physical, the psychological are my chosen path. So, more coffee. Will be back. Put up some more water, which we'll do right here. Think that it's enough coffee for today, maybe more tea, but before we proceed to the next, gonna work out some more. This bottle of water for world peace. Alright, so now we'll leave the internet alone, and we're gonna finish eating the other piece. The wheat was made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess who brought the sun somewhere in, assuming Canada, perhaps close to Quebec or North America, and harvested by one of my brothers and sisters, farmers, and then transformed and worker for yours truly to eat it, which I'm grateful for. Got food secured for coming days and weeks, perhaps even months, with the few dollars that I spend on the noodle bags and rent's paid, half of the phone bill. My electricity bill is not due until November 4, so I'm open for business, commission, art, dance, love, massage, which I've learned great massage therapy during COVID, and also to can wash. Love to have a philosophical, spiritual philosophy, the body being a temple, so I'm open for business, propose, offer, in the legal, ethical, moral business, not to harm another, that is. Simple, delicious, good, nutritious. My children, my children. Go crazy, start running, start playing, start kissing, start hugging, start tagging. Get dirty but get clean. Hygiene, get clean. Hygiene for humanity, where have you been? I don't know where I've been, man. I've been around the block. In the libraries, many years. I think that I might be the one who, during a certain period of time, have rented the most books of anybody when I was maxing out the books, I was 13 books. Struggling. I was dealing with chronic illness and precarious work and gig work and all sorts of issues. And I was reading, writing. I wrote thousands of pages of theory, poetry, proposals, analysis, short stories, scripts, ideas. I have some on the USB keys, like such as this one, and I'm gonna do a cleaning, purifying, reordering of my room of Sun Temple after the sun enters Scorpio, which is tomorrow at midnight, when the first Sabbath of the Scorpio astrological the astrological sign Scorpio, which I'm a Scorpio. I'm not telling anybody my birthday. Past lives, many incarnations. Very old, born anew. I'm gonna go wash my hands before I do this little next thing real quick. I've touched a little bit of these. Millennials. I'm a millennial, so if you're born between 1980 and 1996, some say 81 and 1995, some say 82 and 1997. Anyways, I'm a millennial regardless. Whether 1980, the millennial generation is pinpointed as beginning in time, or 1981 or 1982. Millennials, my brothers and sisters, allies, armies, all those willingly living to be my brothers and sisters and allies. I invite you. Want to be my family? Don't. Paradoxically, I have more. I lost some memory. I remember a little bit of my childhood, a little bit of my adolescence, a little bit of my young adulthood. But I remember the past. So let's say 7 years. I remember a lot. I have a lot of memories of past lives, incarnations. It's because being hit with a black sword a few years ago, and we suffered a severe, near fatal, mortal head wound. Paradoxically, providential in a parallel way, triggered acquired savant syndrome in me, where, and through the scientific magic and mystery of neuroplasticity, it has not only healed but acquired, coupled with acquired savant syndrome and neuroplasticity, this duo, new skills, desire, and willingness to learn new skills, such as linguistic skills, analytical skills, psychoanalytical skills, not just of my own craziness and messiness, but creating other theory, psychosexual, psychospiritual theory, as relates to men, women, trans men, bisexual men and women, especially like me or others, and of course, even a little bit of mathematics, another musical, perhaps, creative, artistic, rational and irrational skills, acquired savant syndrome. And with neuroplasticity, the theory is that some people, after having lived traumatic brain or head injuries, through doing certain things and exercising, not only the brain heals, but it actually becomes even stronger, more powerful than it was, and can trigger some sort of genius, such as acquired savant syndrome in certain individuals. It's a paradoxical parallel of living trauma and near mortal, fatal experience. Many things I don't know, many things I do know, but now what I want to know is, The flyers fly. There's one missing, which we'll have to check online. I'm looking the flyers to see price differentials. I've observed myself that prices have indeed increased in the supermarkets during COVID by 10, 15, 20, 25%. I've also noticed that not only prices have increased, that some products, such as the 300-gram crackers, which I have there and I'm eyeing to eat soon, have been reduced from 300 grams to 225, which is about almost 10% reduction in the quantity. The quality is the same. I've tasted and proved it compared to what I used to buy pre-COVID. The same crackers from the same company, imported from the same company. So I'm speculating whether it was the transportation cost or on the ground due to whether the decision to cut the cost by the importer or the exporter, and whether that decision was triggered perhaps by the transportation cost increasing, right? So it said, well, it costs more to send, and who paid for the transportation, X, Y, Z. So these factors of the interconnected, globalized, economic, financial, commercial system, which we gotta think and discern with the complexity, and sometimes simple solution evades unless somebody's looking from outside in or outside of the box, which can sometimes take or to see the solution, sometimes simple, for complex situations such as our commercial, financial, and economic complex globalized system. The globalized complex system of commerce, finance, and economics. That is since 1904, 1947, 1961, 1963, 84, 89, 96, 2007. I'm marking those years as specific years of increasing and big changes in our civilization, global, international, worldwide civilization. Specifically, what I'm looking for first and foremost is reductions and specials in children's candy. I'm asking, this video is gonna be aired probably tomorrow, Friday, 22nd October, just before, and as we entered into Scorpio, 3 p.m. I'm asking that corporations such as the one who produce mass candies on Halloween, Hershey's, Nutella, Kit Kat, of course Nestle is a big one. Let's reduce it before Halloween. Start the reduction tomorrow, as this video airs on the 22nd. Say, let's give it half price. Not after Halloween, but before Halloween. Let's put everything half price or third price. Or you know what? It's Halloween, let's give a lot of the candy for free. Make an arrangement. The NFL, National Football League, the millionaires, multi-millionaires of the patriarchal, and we'll say it, patriarchal sports leagues, which I've mentioned. Because there's no women's sports leagues who makes even close to the financials. Average salaries, which I've just discussed. Not even close. Not even close. Sure, there are women, individual sports athletes who make millions of dollars annually in tennis or other sports, through commissions or through sponsorships, yes. But sports leagues, no, not even close. Soccer leagues, women, not even close. Hockey league, women, not even close financially. Football, NFL, not even close. Let's be honest. Not even close financially to the average salaries of those multi-millionaires who since 1984 our society has rewarded it. I'm a bit disappointed, upset, man, that during COVID, although there have been financial programs mostly to the public that said, hey, listen, I've been multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, I think it's so much society. If you're a billionaire, a billion is 1,000 million or multi-millionaire athletes. I'm gonna mass finance the youth, food security, to work out, to exercise, to train, to cover the cost of education. Yeah, we make so much millions, let's pay the student debt, they got worthless, useless. Not necessarily. Some say that. Some are. I not necessarily say that. Although I've been hearing a lot of those words on the radio talk host where people call and themselves, fellow millennials, says I'm upset because I got a worthless, useless degree in whatever XYZ studies or for XYZ and I can't get a job with it and I'm in debt because of it. A lot of millennials are. Contrary to popular perhaps belief, I did graduate high school. I have some memories. I know I got the diploma, so I have proof that I graduated high school. Like I said, a lot of memories of my past years is I have some memories. I know I retained a lot of self-education in the past years. I declare myself as the people's rainbow dragon, people's doctor, the dragon doctor of the people. For many years of self-education. No, I have higher education, some certificates, yes, of higher education and accomplishments, but self-education, self-taught, the people's doctor. But I've heard in the past days and weeks and months, especially during this COVID, how a lot of millennials, fellow millennials, they upset because they got in so much debt. And they feel, even though it might not necessarily be true, but they feel that their degree is worthless or some other feel that that degree that they got or their friend got is useless or worthless or pointless, whatever, meaningless. But not necessarily I say that all education, there has some value to it, but sometimes we feel I felt low and suicidal and depressed and whatever. And we feel, it's how we feel. We gotta channel it, temper it. Feelings, emotions do matter as much as 2 plus 2 equals 4. Adrian Hannah Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, universal revolutionary centrist says that although 2 plus 2 equals 4, my children, you can write the 2 in green, the official color of the dancing goddess army, and the plus in black, and the other 2 in a shade of red, the color of the dragon army, and the equal in white, and the 4, you can write it in the rainbow colors, purple, orange, yellow, blue, yellow, purple, 4, right? So you can mix in the colors with the black and the white, the plus and the equal. 2 plus 2 is 4. But you can write it in so many different colors, and the plus you can write in black and white, and the equal you can write in black and white, or the equal you can write in black or white, and the plus you can write in white or black, and vice versa. The plus you can write a line in black, a line in white, and the equal you can write a line in white and a line in black, and the 2 you can write in green or red or vice versa, and the other 2 in green or red or vice versa, and the 4 in rainbow colors. And that means artistic, spiritual philosophy. 2 plus 2 equals 4, but they can be written in black, white, together with red and green and rainbow, and still equal 4, meaning that feelings and emotions and the irrational matters. Just as nature, the greatest artist, to attain harmony between civilization, the high technological sphere of our civilizational development, attain harmony, equilibrium, and balance between civilization and nature. Stop throwing dirt feels poison my eye, brother. The mission, vision, and philosophy of Adrian on a dragon and is embodied in the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, the phoenix people's body. So what I'm looking for, price differences. Grapes, 124, not bad. Calling for reductions in candies. I'm looking for some big specials. Nothing big. Called the flyer, fellow millennials. Look at the flyer. Fly, higher, flyer. Since I'm budgeting, we drew $15 yesterday and I'm very in the minus, although pay $4 monthly fee to not be charged overdraft protection or special interest or penalized fees can go up to in the red up to 500 in the minus in my bank account by paying that $4 monthly fee, which I think is fair since By paying that, I don't get charged surcharges, penalty fees for going in the red, for going in the minus. So I got overdraft protection by paying that $4 monthly fee. So can withdraw, or if I got a bill and get some monthly pay, automatic withdrawal, and I don't have enough funds to cover it, that $4 monthly fee covers the expenses, so don't get incurred extra additional fees, which can add up if it's interest or if it's penalty fees. Debt in itself is not bad. It's what can be like a parasite, almost sucking, like, is the interest, which for reducing the global central bank, which calling for the creation parallel with the universal unit of exchange by the hand, the voice, and the eye being unique biometrics, by my theory of debt refusion being put into action and practice, taking all private and public debt, refusing it, and with that number financing the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragan Army, just like envisioned in my scenario, to mobilize 1% of adult population and citizens to create this new transnational social security force to be integrated with all existing public and private security forces and armed forces and all. If you can do the general war individual body training system within the rules, that is the de facto examination, you're eligible. You can be the next Dragan, Dragan 1, Dragan 2, Dragan 4, I'm becoming Dragan 0. I did 213 in my underground room, office, and temple sessions so far, and you can do. I'm doing the rest in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead in the urban jungle, or in nature, on the mountain, or in the forest, or round about the river St. Lawrence, one of the biggest rivers in North America. Special general war integrated body training system. But the rules are you gotta do within the rules. You can play within the rules. You got 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hocks. 13 maximum reps per set are allowed. 3 minimum, anywhere in between 10 reps I've been doing. You can do 7, 6, 13 max, 3 minimum, and sometimes do them different until you get to 100 hocks, 100 squats, 100 push-ups. To that Trinity, 100 push-ups, hawk squats, which is the Trinity. You gotta do 100 for each. Doesn't matter how you do. It matters if it's maximum 13 reps allowed per set, minimum 3, or anywhere in between. Once you start the countdown of 93 minutes, you gotta run, jog, walk fast paced, a minimum of 31 seconds in between. Recommend 5, 10 to 15 minutes marching, walking, jogging fast paced before you start doing push-ups, hawks, and squats, of which 100 is required for each. 13 maximum reps per set, 3 minimum, anywhere in between. 93 minutes, that's an hour and a half, and 3 minutes is the allotted time. Do it within the rules, and you're eligible to be the next Dragan. Done 213 sessions, doing some special ones in nature and civilization, the urban jungle, or the forest by the river with rocks or man-made cement or tree logs. I'm gonna get to 300, which was the initial beginning challenge. Started the first session October 17, 2019. You see me there with the sardines and the challenge and the workouts, and they're live documented proof recorded on Facebook. So I've documented my fitness journey and my philosophies and my art and my rants and my passion and pain and suffering and struggle and will for tomorrow. And I don't want to go back to anything yesterday or the day before or during COVID or as my youth or my adolescence or young adulthood. I want to live today, do today. If I die tonight or tomorrow or the Sabbath or Halloween or whenever, I leave the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Emperor and the Phoenix People's Party to my friend, oftentimes has been a teacher, and my sister, to that Trinity, sister, friend, teacher, as a fourth dimension. being my one and only financial sponsor, whom I love very much, continue the mission, vision, and philosophy for world peace, international justice, and global freedom. Live the Trinity too. You Anonymous. It's been my only family for many, many, many years now. So we have not a lot of specials. Although this one, we gotta check the weight. So it's 500 grams. It's not a kilo. At first I thought, hey, what a good special, $2.99. However, it's for half a kilo, more than a pound, 500 grams. I've gotten it at this price for a kilo, $2.99 Canadian dollars. So this is 500 grams. It's not that big of a special for peanut butter. Nothing big on special. I've noticed the special have been getting less and less with the COVID. Oh, maybe I'll get this for Halloween for the children. So children's candy that I see here, 24 regular. Oh, maybe I'll get some of these. So for the children, my budget is, I don't have a lot, but for the children, I'm gonna forego, tighten the belt for myself, as bringing joy to children is my joy. So give them some candy. Come on, these prices, I'm asking them to be half price or a third, or by tomorrow maybe this video is the same as before COVID, even some higher. I would get maybe this $7.99, $8 basically. 45 bags of mixed Starburst, Skittles, and sours. But this sounds tempting. That nice little 90 small chocolates. How much is it? $9.99. So per little chocolate, pay a lot. Like, or get 2 for $4. This little Halloween chocolates. Maybe I'll get better deals somewhere else than here, which is Metro grocery store. Let's see the Provigo flyers. Fly high. Or this one. Some a member, some guess for the members. Pour les membres. Members get it. PC Optimum members. Oh, will that be worth it? Oh, maybe. From $16.99, basically 17 to $9.99. If you remember which I'm a member of Optimum. So from 17 to 10. $9.99 is basically 10. Oh yes. Wish it would be $5, but I think this is what I'm gonna get. And this is until October 27th. I'm living the worst financial situation of my other life, but whatever. My rent's paid until October 31st. I can work out, train, exercise, philosophize, rant, cry if I wanna. Laugh, love, work out, take baths till October 31st. Expecting on the 1st of November. And thank you to the ones before who worked in blood, sweat, and tears and toiled for yours truly, Adrian Dragan, an independent artist, activist, and athlete to get. I don't get special COVID support since worked on commission and did not even apply for the special serve and did not apply for being suicidal and depressed for special psychological ills. I applied for regular support, which is social assistance, aka welfare. So 1st of November, I'm expecting the first On the 1st of November, 700, gotta check, 58 I think, or 748. Anywhere in between. Is it 48 or 58? I gotta check. I could check because it's not gonna be an increase. What did I get for October 1st? I'm gonna check. It's gonna be the same amount. So, not forget to check. So I'm gonna spend a few dollars to get. I got the costume. I got the project. I'm gonna see if reach out to some community organization if they wanna support it, not financially, but maybe some distribution of pamphlets I wanna do in a park with some decorations, maybe some lamps, and reach out to fellow LGBTQ community maybe. I wanna do a rainbow witch. This is a rainbow witch to do dance art with pleasure and purpose, and to do a chant to the children to make them sure that they recycle the bags, the papers. Of course, if it's melted and chocolate in it, they gotta clean it, or I gotta also check some if there's too much chocolate on it left. But usually these in the M&M bags, the Mars bars and the Twix bars, that I think I'm gonna get this one, 95 fun size. I'm a member, so I'm gonna get for $10, although it seems a bit expensive still. Come on, Mars, Snickers, Twix, reduce it, man, half price. Come on, Provigo, Metro, Walmart, owners, stockholders, multi-millionaires, billionaires, for the fucking kids, man. Selfish ass fucking poison. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I had a struggle with jealousy and wish I could afford a massage therapist and XYZ and a little bit. I want to experience new things in life. I want to be able to afford a, to be honest, I want to be able to, I like to eat good. I could drink good liquor. I don't drink much, mostly during the Sabbath wine, but I want a wine taste. In the past life, I grew a lot of grapes. Grapes is my favorite fruit. Black grapes, purple grapes, red grapes, green grapes. My favorite fruit, wine. Red wine, my favorite drink. I want to experience so much hard drink, and special, tasty drinks that I haven't experienced. Financially struggling on the market, which they are on the market. I want to experience them. I want to smell. I want to. I don't deny. I want to eat better. I want to eat good food. I also want to bring pleasure and joy by massaging, washing, dancing for, entertaining, ranting, rapping. My allies and armies. Or if you're an ally in an army or my family, you know. But not with the selfish poison, you know. Not with the selfish poison. Poison, the selfishness, you know. Poisonous powers out there. I'm not without poison myself. I have experienced poison and low elements of the self, of the psychological, spiritual, and social self, another Trinity of being. My theory and discourses, the Trinity of Being. Basically, that we have a Trinity of self, the medium, the lower and the higher, of which we can reach the highest of the high and the lowest of the low. I'm mostly in the middle, mostly try for balance, harmony, to be spiritually, socially, physically, in any way, sharing, dealing, caring, being understanding, whatever. I do mistakes every day. I was wrong so many times. From this speech, I don't know how many people I heard. Now I got into a lot of physical fights and scars. Channeling through love and understanding our nature, and channeling. Working out, training, exercising has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. Meditating, sleeping sometimes. Channeling, doing things. Whether art, whether working out, working, learning, reading, push-ups, squats, hawks, run a little bit, run for 15 minutes, 20. Scream, I'm lusting, craving for, whatever it is. Not harm to anybody. Fantasize. As we're embarrassed about our fantasies, right? Dark, twisted fantasies. Which I'm asking, yay. Formerly known as Kanye West, formerly known later in each Dragan, becoming Adrian Dragan to marry me in an open marriage, BDSM switch, open marriage for world peace. I'm gonna do art, and, do a lot of whispering in his ears, beautiful, horrible, terrible, divine things. Not easy to freedom, gotta be secured, insured. We're afraid of XYZs, whether of judgment by others, whether 6'6", hard gangster rapper motherfuckers. Start screaming. What you screaming for like that? Huh? For a little tiny spider. What you screaming for, man? God damn it, you. What are you screaming like that? Got scared. Aren't you a gangster? GST. Stop lying. No, you're a repressed bisexual. You don't want to admit it, do you? You're gonna lose that paper. Lose that studio money. Huh? Gangster rappers. Afraid. Hard, tall built tattoos, guns. On both sides. 3 sides, 4 sides. East, west, north, south. Guns everywhere. The bulletproof vest. What? Start screaming. Why are you screaming? Why are you screaming? Why are you afraid of? Look. What? I leave that spider alone. Coming 800 dragons underground, room after the temple. Spiders are holy, sacred, divine creatures for a goddess. I give them kisses. You give them what? I give them kisses. Kisses spiders. Gangster rap. Rap about shooting. Shooting. Drug dealer for legalizing most drugs. Rantin got his Dragan Empire for the Sabbath. Distribute him. Standardized and for adults. Drugs, just cannabis, marijuana, weed. To legalize most drugs. Cocaine, for example. And for legalizing cocaine. Changing the war on drugs from the war on converting it to use it in operation, securing, enduring, not enduring but securing and ensuring freedom. Legalizing cocaine, ecstasy pills, methamphetamine, not the dangerous fentanyl and all that harms the body, but for recreational. I'm an occasional recreational cannabis weed smoker. Post online. Share a lot of my private, my past struggles, my online. Although now I could shut this off and post it later, turn the lights off, close the blinds, get naked, start dancing and doing this. Playing some rock, rap, techno, Israeli psytrance or something. I don't do drugs during the week. Dancing Goddess and the Dragon and the Phoenix week begins. 3 p.m. Sundays. and working out, training, and being open for business for me is ends at midnight Friday, although bi-weekly, because during the Sabbaths I want to serve my willingly loving allies and armies. I want to serve dancing, rapping, washing, kissing, massaging. Got lotion with massage. Got gloves. Got we challenge the leaders of the free world. Got something. Think chivalrous duel. We can duel. Boxing gloves. Agreed upon rules and remember working with somebody in retail and packing hard boxes. Said to me at work, I know if he see me was serious for some XYZ reason, maybe he didn't like me perhaps because I've experienced homophobia and bisexual and got a Star of David tattooed, on the chest. And I'll go to the beach, I've seen looks, But anti-Semitism experienced it. Anti-gay bisexual. I think maybe the reason was because I told somebody that I was bisexual, pansexual, and I think that he gossiped, gossip, right? It doesn't lead us, gossip. Also, I choose to do a lot of, as much as complex cosmopolitan philosophy and verbose philosophical and esoteric and poetic language. Sometimes I'm straightforward and direct, which can seem rude sometimes. I'm laughing now because I read a lot of articles about how a lot of people, when they go to visit Israel, the state of Israel, they have a little bit of a culture shock. Because the general culture of Israelis is a direct, straightforward question. And manner of communication, gesture and speech. It's very straightforward, direct and informal. And the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire and integration, my principles, and based on theories that we have had in the past decades, a lot of specialization, which is very good. But 21st century now, because of created divergence and alienation in society, we need to integrate across all sectors. And how? By volunteering and by having the Dragon Army support with transport people to go bridge the rural urban divide, the neighborhoods divide, and to learn how things are done. Today I just took out the compost. I prepared it, put in the bags. Should I use these from the past weeks? Every week I wrap into this, the compost, or in paper bags, or in biodegradable, nature-friendly bags, which are compostable bags. They have to have that little flower symbol on it. Where does it go? How is the compost process? How much are the workers getting paid fairly for them to do hard work for the compost? Good for Mother Nature too. The garbage collection, the recycling. Where does it go? How does it get recycled? Triage. Who gets the recycling? All these in the big mega cities such as Montreal, metropolis, to integrate by doing volunteering, right? Etc. Right here, I'm myself very bilingual and love the French language, the Quebecois people. I do poetry, I write poetry, I do art also in French. The multilingual. I love English, so I love French. Why we have things that we can learn that we don't know. I don't know at all. This theory of more integration. Anyways, so before I digress, a lot of people have very cultural shock because Israeli culture, which includes manner of being and communication, language, expressions, very direct, informal, and straightforward. To the point that many seems to be rude. Get to the point. What's your point, right? Right. My point is that I want this to be half price. I can bring some joy to the children. I want this to be a third price. I'm not a stock owner. I don't make any decisions of M&M's, Sneakers, Twix, Mars. I don't get sponsorship commission by any public or private institution at the moment. The only financial sponsor at the moment is the one I love and call sister, who's also a friend, and I've oftentimes been a teacher. She taught me about Albert Einstein. He quote about Albert Einstein about gratitude. Be grateful because my work, including as he said, his work depends on the work of many others. As my work depends, to be able to do what I do. Dance, to work out, to train, to exercise. Having this rent paid. Having this food secured. I am financially strong. Now I want a little bit better things and things that I have not tasted before. Things that I have not drank before. So many spirits, not like ghosts, but liquor on the market. I haven't experienced desserts, food, restaurants just in Hawk Island, Montreal. A good burger I love. I'm gonna say about a little philosophy, actually a little scene from a movie. I'm writing a script, so I'm gonna give it for free. If you want to give a donation commission, I'm gonna. If anybody wants to put this in a movie, just because I want to see it, and you made it this far, put it. Just give credit and say I relinquish the author's rights on this one. This is a freebie. I imagine in a scene in a comedy, parody, or satire, the rich, born with a silver spoon type of individual, Trump-like, who gets hundreds of millions of dollars from his father. Right? His father hasn't worked a day in his life. Gets inherited. Yes, he gets the hundreds of millions from daddy money. He can finance, he can play the spiel and paper, but physically, with the bricks and the lot. Anyways, so back to the scene. If you want to put in a movie, first come, first served, as the principle goes. I relinquish the rights thereof of this scene. If you can put it in a movie or a scene or whatever, or maybe it's been done in different ways, but this is how I imagine it. As I was craving a burger and I got the burger yesterday, so I was imagining somebody rich with a silver spoon ate little tiny little restaurants, hundreds of dollars plates, and little squid or whatever it is, little marshmallow or little seafood or little eggs or caviar or dessert, tiny portions or food with little pieces. They're from 20 forks or 20 whatever. And tastes. And he ate that to different fancy, high financial class restaurants, upper class restaurants all his life, never cooked in his life. Millennial, born with a silver spoon. Right? And somehow he loses whatever the money or something happens, he go. It's from being rich, financial, economic, commercial elite, being poor. Or not, or just like that, he discovers a hamburger at a fast food joint, which I'm not gonna name. I don't get any sponsor or whatever. I know which one I like, and I could eat that every second day. As a matter of fact, that same burger. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's big like this. Anyways. That's what I like. It has tomatoes, beef patty, and lettuce. Well, kind of most do. Hamburgers, but this one's just a bit wider. Anyhow. So, getting it? Yeah. Oh, wow. That $5 hamburger. Oh, so delicious. He never tasted it because he never went to these places. He paid $500 per small dish. Small tiny pieces. And he never went to get a good hamburger. And this one's $5, which 500 divided by 5 is 100, so the ratio is, it's basically 1% of the cost that he's used to pay. The rich, born with a silver spoon, multi-millionaire, billionaire. So he eats this burger, which yours truly, Rainbow Dragon, loves, for it costs $5, and that gets a special 2 for reduced price. If you buy 2, you get a reduction of $2 or whatever, $1.50. If you buy 1, you pay $4.99. If you buy 2, you get a rebate, reduction, reduced price. I gets it. Delicious. Oh, so good. Wow. Pay $5. And he likes it more than he likes it more than his $500. So I've envisioned it in a movie or seen it in a script part of a show, satire, whatever. This rich guy just somehow stumbles over he can't get to the place or whatever. He's stuck somewhere in his car or whatever. He's like, okay, can I have a hamburger? Can I have a burger? What do you have on the menu? But he's stuck there. Has to wait for the tow or for somebody to come pick him up in his private jet. He's late. He's gonna have to wait a few hours, so he's getting hungry. Doesn't want to eat. He's thinking, oh, should I on the menu? What's on the menu? Ooh, never heard of that, right? Okay, I'll have what he's having. He's having that, something like that, like in the scene. Yeah, having that burger. He's like, oh wow, how much? So $5. Like $5, 5,000. No, $5. He likes it better than the $5,500. Tiny pieces he wasn't used to eat. So some satire comedy like that. Anyways, thinking that these might be it. Fun size 95 mixed pieces of Snickers, M&M's, Twix, Mars to give to their children. The weight is 1.16 kilos. So if 1 kilo is 2.2 pounds, that means 1.16 times 2.2 is about 2.5 pounds. Not bad. 95 pieces. So to give 3 per children, 95 divided by 3 is 31. So I'm gonna eat 2. 31 times 3, right? 31 times 3 is 90, 93. 31 times 3 is 93, because I'm gonna eat 2. So to 31 children. If I give them 3. If I give them 1, it's gonna be 93 children, because I'm gonna eat 2. I'm gonna eat 2, whatever it is. I'll give 93 if I get this one. I'm gonna eat 2 random, maybe like that. Or 93. I think this is good. How much? If I'm a member of up, whatever, yeah. So I'll get it for $10. But that's still, they're tiny, small pieces, so that's still, well, that comes to how much? Not that big of a, let's calculate. I'm gonna use a smartphone now for this one, just because there's cents and want to be sure. So $9.99 divided by $9.99 times 100, and that's the amount of cents per dollar. So that's how many cents it is, and divided by, so 10.5 cents each. Not bad. 10.5 cents for each, and it's good. It's relatively, most children like this. I like this. Maybe I'm biased. I wonder which are the most popular. Maybe little chip bags, but I don't get a lot with those. But with this, I can give 3 to 31 children. 31 children. 31 children. Yeah. Yes. This is it. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Better decision and this RBC pen, which was gifted from my bank. I'm gonna circle it here and put it on the side, so I remind myself as a reminder that this is it. And now we're gonna do a little bit of workout. I'm gonna get some more coffee. So anyways, I digress, but I think I was working in retail a few years ago, and a fellow co-worker, I think because there was gossip, and somebody said, yo, did you know Yo-Yo that he's bisexual, bye, the dude. Because I noticed a change in behavior, and like, but this person I had already worked for like a few weeks as a colleague, so we spoke, so if I remember correctly, how it came out was we were discussing going out to nightclubs and dancing and music that we like, and rap music. We discussed who's our favorite rap artist, and then we discussed about the hooking up culture, which would consent. My children, love how you will play with your bodies and enjoy. The body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose. Hygiene, get dirty, get back clean. Rainbow Goddess loves you. Adriana Dragan loves you. Play, my children, play. Sweat, kiss, touch, hug, bath, shower, share, learn, admit, admit. Be open, get help. The only help I really want right now is to be able to afford massage therapy. I've been going with this for like days, weeks, months now. Anyhow, let's check off this other special. One of it is not here, so just gonna get some more coffee, but first I'm gonna do a little bit of more workout. Mind, body, and spirit. This is a Trinity session for world peace. Full of water. It's about 45 pounds, including the plastic. Without the plastic, it will be 42 about, because the capacity is 18 liters. So a liter is 1 kilogram. A kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so 36.2. It's about 642 pounds. Plus, I'm thinking the whole plastic, since it's a bit thicker on the sides and has some thickness to it, about 3 pounds. Oh, digressed and I didn't finish. The gangster rapper, 6'6", tatted up, bulletproof vest, hardcore, did a long hard time. Maybe that's what I was a few years. Maybe God is Dance with the Brother Son punished me for I deserve to be punished. Was in the underworld, on the ground. In hard time. Say, well, what are you doing? Screaming for it. I was scared like that. Little tiny spider. gangster rapper. 6'2", 6'6", motherfucker. Hard tatted up, gangster. Glocks on each side. Drug dealer, gangster. Hard motherfucker. Get scared, screams. No little spider. Oh, beautiful. We have hidden fears. No, we don't admit. We have hidden lusts. Now we don't admit. We have hidden love urges that we do not admit. And our understanding our nature. The need, psychological, physical, and spiritual, to get a mixed trinity into one in different ways. To love and to be loved. Sometimes we're ashamed and embarrassed. I have to admit, oh, I want to do a little bit of loving like this, like that, and like this and that. Michael Jackson, doesn't matter if you're black or what. Maybe with black and with white and with a lot of rainbow in between, or playing in between rainbow, black, white, rainbow, and switching it up, mixing it up, then back in formation. And I'm gonna need more coffee. Last cup of coffee for the night, and after this video will proceed to get more tea because I'm not getting much better. So if I get worse by tomorrow, I might go get a COVID test. Maybe it's a variant. I am fully vaccinated twice, but with the variants, don't know. What I do know is that I'm gonna work out a bit now. I feel good. Let's try these breadsticks. Coffee. Breadsticks, let's see. Smells good. I like the sesame on it. I like the sesame. More workout. it's felt. Just want to make sure that it's secure so that water doesn't spill. Doesn't seem to, but there's water, there's mold, and see it, I got it. Clean right away. Let's see, the last flyer for the consumer education project. Financially struggling millennial consumer education project. Financially struggling millennials who mommy and daddy didn't give them no silver spoon. I don't resent or hate or the people who are financially well off, and just calling them to do more, especially during this COVID, especially for the youth, kids who are financially because there's a risk. Or get, man, you multi-millionaire athletes, rappers. Come on, you already got 3 chains. Oh, where's my rapper chain? Oh, my rapper chain. No, my rapper chain is weapon for world peace. Oh, that same deal on the same snacks. This one has 100. So I noticed. So get 5 more. How much is the weight though? Oh, see? Although it is 5 more. Comes out less in weight. But it's 9. This is the. It's not this. Yeah. See, this one is the one that I said I'm gonna buy, but the other one has 100, but it's less in weight, so it's more by 5, not that much, and it's Kit Kat Coffee Crisp, Aero, and Smarties. So 5 differential. We have 5 more pieces, but it's less in weight. I think still the first one that I seen was a bit better. However, I will circle this one too. Because I can give 33. 33 times 3, 99, right? So I can give to 33 children. I can, in theory, give to more children 3 pieces per child. So come on, man. Multi-millionaires, athletes, been working since 1984. NHL, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Rappers. Living in gated communities, man. Y'all listening to rappers. That be living in gated communities. Yeah, listening to rappers that be living in gated communities, man. That's what you do. Not all, because I don't generalize. Always discern, ask questions. Some do, some don't. Some are like this, some are like that. Gotta stay away from generalizing to entire populations, cultures, spiritual beliefs, or Nothing really that big of a special here. Man, I can't afford that. Meat anyways. Oh, yikes, the bacon, wow. $7.99. $8 for 375 grams. Wow. Oh, these little cakes are cute. Well, I'm gonna make myself great apple pie. 7 big apples. Grown farm, and last time I made it great, it was with chocolate powder, and the other time with vanilla, although I added some. Anyways, really far from matzo, and I have these blocks of raw. I like this big. Well, I think it's about 300 grams the block, or maybe 350 maybe, from raw brown sugar blocks. I think I still got 3, maybe 2, because I used it 2 weeks ago, and 3 weeks ago I did already 2 Sabbaths. So I did great rainbow dragon experimental apple pies. Came out really good, and nothing really big on special. That I can financially afford, because I could trade a lot of doings and doing a lot of things in exchange, but the money. Yeah, I'll do mayo if it's a big one. It's a big one. I've seen it better, but $4.49 for 890 milliliters. The big jar. It's not that bad. Mayo. Before, Halloween specials are not that big, so maybe the good one that I'm seeing only is this 88 cents pasta, 500 grams. I think pasta I still have. I've eaten a lot of pasta in the past weeks, months also. I've had a big reserve of pasta, but I made quite a... It's affordable, cheap, least expensive, and you can make it good. It's easy, fast, boil, and you don't necessarily need meat. A little bit of cheese or some herbs. Of course, the tomato paste sauce you can find affordable on the market. And also, pasta is always So now put them back in the bag. There's one missing, which usually comes in the bag. It's from a store where I admit that most prices are better, in my opinion, for what yours truly Dragan buys. But although these two, I go sometimes, but mostly I go to that store. So I'm gonna check out the flyers online. Let's before we do, let's work out some more. And then we're gonna, man, we did meditation for the spirit, ranting for the mind, and reading for the mind, and for the body. Trinity. Oh yeah, that felt good. I always feel better when I work out, exercise, train. So I think we should mass finance, finance it, encourage it, and socially reward, not just volunteering and community work, but also exercising, working out, training, staying fit. Ah, so this flyer at this store, which I shop often. Oh, 87 cents for the chickpea. Big, I think it's 540 milliliters. Chickpeas and tuna. Tuna's 87 cents. Oh, my go get 3 tuna. Yeah. Chunk light tuna, 170 grams in water. So it's not really 170 grams, but it's chunk light. Always check the label on the back. Where does it come from? We have usually comes from Thailand or Malaysia, or sometimes from the coast, the west coast or the east coast, Canada. Not that much. Tuna, 87 cents. If I get a tuna, 87 cents. If I get three, it's almost $3. 87 times 3 to get to 100 is 13, so 13 times 3 is 39, so 300 minus 39, it's 261, right? Yeah, $2.61 for 3 cans of tuna. So if I get 3 cans of tuna and that 4.49 mayonnaise, which is a big jar, I can make myself good tuna salad and get some affordable crackers. Wow, it's good affordable tuna salad. Yeah, see, I gotta look at the flyers and check, compare the prices, and then go. Of course, to buy more, you buy more Costco or other big markets. Ooh, 97 cents the tomato juice. By wholesale. It's more affordable. All the big coffee. Although now I'm coffee covered for coming days, weeks, and months ahead. At least until after the holidays. Like October 21st, November, December. Yeah. Those two, about 6, 7 weeks, they'll last me for sure. And about two big one and a big special. I got them at the same price as this one, but they're a bit better quality. This one too is the same size, 907 grams. One is 875 grams and the other is 930 grams. Because one's dark roast and the other one is medium roast. Only a few specials. Surprised not. Chicken is expensive. The pork, ribs, no meat, can't afford it. However, the rutabaga is 77 cents and the squashes 87 cents. Not that big of a special, but when they're below 99 cents, I call them a special. 87 cents, so I could get a big squash or 2 medium squashes of different kinds or 3 small squashes different kinds. That'll be $4 or $5, and with that I can cook them good, cut them in little pieces, put them in the oven, sprinkle them with some spice, some love, and first weekend Sabbath of the Scorpio month will be delicious. I have $15, but I gotta keep in mind that I got my electrical bill coming on November 4th, and not much money coming in from my finance. And see here but it's different weight, so you gotta do the whole mathematics. Because I seen here the mayonnaise of the same brand is on special too, but it's $6.97. So you would say, oh, but there was $4.49. However, the $4.49 it's 850 grams, and this one is 1.42 liters, so basically 1,420. So it's almost double. So in theory, I think it would be best to buy this bigger mayonnaise jar. I would save like 50 cents. They're both on special, but the weight is different. That's why. So you gotta take the weight per cost into consideration to get the best deal on the market. You gotta do some math, I guess. Not I guess, it is what it is. You can write 2 plus 2 equals 4 in different colors, black and white and red and green and rainbow, but nothing really that big specials here before Halloween. So multi-millionaires, athletes, artists, rappers, CEOs, stock owners, the parents, and corporations, and the choices to give to relieve the parents, buy the candy or before it's Halloween, mass finance, children's joy, different candies, whatever it is, small chip bags. In the news, let's work out a little bit more, and we have time for. And in the news, oh no, it's gonna end up. What can I end up with a workout? Yours reading each dragon who died during COVID. Born Adrian Nhl Dragan. This has been a Special Trinity event, mind, body, and spirit of rant, rap, love, meditation, philosophy, 4D, mission, vision, and philosophy of the dancing goddess, the Dragon Empire, which we shall one empire and the sun and stars on earth for world peace. I love you.